Hello, Kyle Ferroli coming to you from the Center for Mind-Brain Balance. I'd like to share with you a little nostalgia. And little did I know decades later that what I saw in Ghostbusters that I would have in my office. Now, I don't remember what they were using it for in the video, but I know that we use it to map the brain. And the reason this is so important is if you compare mental health and brain activity to any other sector of traditional medicine, you'll realize there's a huge blind spot. And that is that they aren't looking at the organ they treat. If you have something wrong with your eyes, they do an eye exam. If you break a bone, they do an x-ray. If you have trouble with your heart, they're going to do an EKG, which is a specialized assessment of the organ. Now, anytime you have a problem with your mind or brain, concussion, traumatic brain injury, emotional concerns, psychological problems, they're basing it all that it's just part of your mind. Just snap out of it, just move on, pick yourself up by your bootstraps, take some pills, and you're going to be fine. The problem is, it doesn't really end at that. Now, if you look at it as an awareness tool, you're going to be in a lot better shape, in a sense that when you look at your brainwave activity, we record it in this nice little box with these little caps that come in different colors, by the way, and then we process it on the computer and we can show you what areas of your brain might be working too fast or not fast enough. We can also look at the connectivity of it. Now, on a side tangent, there are different types of brain mapping out there, so don't feel that you're getting the same thing everywhere. The most important thing you need to make a decision on, and I will try and not steer you because I am biased, is that there are machines out that are very inexpensive that will record 1 and 2 channels, and then they record 2 more channels, and then 2 more channels, and 2 more channels until they finally add up to all of the channels we need. There are also medical grade pieces of equipment like this one that record all 19 channels at once. Now, do you want to glue together things that happened at different times and try and make sense of it? Or do you want to record everything at once and be able to see what areas are talking to each other appropriately, meaning the networks in your brain, and what volumes are happening? Are the areas of your brain? Are they talking really loud or are they more quiet? And those are very important things that relate to how we think, act, and feel. Now, I think Albert Einstein said it best, and this is a broken record time because I have it on every video and on every website we have. Problems cannot be solved with the mindset that created them. You have to get in front of the problem. You have to get a new way of seeing it, a new mindset, if you want to solve it. And by having a brain map done and a psychophysiological assessment, which is just a fancy word for a stress test of your nervous system, not a stress test where you go in and run on a treadmill and they check your heart, a little bit more clinical than that, meaning when you become stressed, how quick does your mind, body, and brain release that stressor and come back to baseline? And when you do get stressed, how intense is that stressor in your nervous system? So not only can we measure brainwave activity, we can also measure areas of your nervous system, your respiration rate, your oxygen, your CO2, how much muscle tension you have in your muscles. Different than muscle testing, by the way. It's a totally different thing. And we can also measure your heart. Is your heart beating really fast? Does it speed up when you inhale? Does it slow down when you exhale? Is there variability? Is there health? Or is it very rigid? So these are just a few different things that we can check using the equipment, and you're going to understand. I always tell people when they come to my center, or I see them on a stage, or I see them online like this, there's hope when you look in the right places. There's always hope. And a lot of people don't have much of it anymore because they've went up against the wall of certain methods that just didn't work for them. So I hope that this has been truly beneficial for you. You got to remember the field of psychophysiology, where I come from, is a very small growing field, kind of like chiropractics 20, 30 years ago. And now look at chiropractics. Whether you like it or not, or you believe the research or you don't, they're everywhere. You can't turn on one corner and not find a chiropractor. So people must be liking it, people must be benefiting from it, and we need to acknowledge that things do grow with time. So if you go to your doctor and ask them, I want to have a QEEG done, where can I have it done? They're going to scratch their head. And it's even worse than that. I had dinner with one of the top sleep docs in the area here. His sister-in-law and my friend were the same person. And I sat there and talked with him, and one of my clients brought our document to him about a week later, and he threw it in the trash. And now he knew me, like not just heard of me, not just down the street, but I sat at his sister-in-law's dining table and had dinner with him. And he still didn't respect it. So you have to sometimes be a little bit more upfront and a little bit of a trailblazer, and then I want somebody to look at my data. I want to have a better decision made on my health, and that's what we can help you do. I'm Kyle Ferroli at the Center for Mind-Brain Balance, and remember what Albert Einstein said, problems cannot be solved with the mindset that created them. Let us help you get through your current problem that you or a loved one is having, and let us help you increase your health, happiness, and productivity. Thanks.